Family, how are you? Today, I want to talk to you about Suico. It has a lot of benefits besides being edible. Well, today I wanted to share with you about this wonderful plant, which for many is just a weed, called Suico. Its scientific name, Tagetes minuta, I'll leave it down below. It's also called chinchilla, chinchil, floramar, wild chamomile, quechigue, chichilo, chique, and chichilo. It's an edible plant, and the Araucanians in Chile used it as a seasoning. You can also extract oil from its leaves, which is suitable for human consumption. You can even dry the leaves and chop them up finely. And you can use them as a seasoning for food, for meat, for vegetables. It is said that the petals are used to make beverages. We haven't tried it ourselves, but I will share the bibliography for this information with you later. In many cases, it is used for chicken feed for whales because it intensifies the yellow color of their yolks. How interesting. And there's much more. It can be used to make insecticides for the garden. Its seed often sticks to clothing. It's very tiny, and sometimes it pricks and bothers you. And that's why sometimes there's this love-hate relationship with Suico. It's an annual plant that can grow up to 1.5 meters, sometimes even a little more, and it stays upright. The tallos ramosos has leaves from its base to its apex. The lower leaves are opposite, and the upper ones are alternate. The flowers are yellow, somewhat whitish, and are arranged in clusters. Actually, it's a soft yellow. It's like the base is more yellow and the petals are more towards white. The fruits are achenes, narrow, and about 6 millimeters long. Something that characterizes this plant and makes its identification unmistakable is its smell or aroma. For me, it's an extremely pleasant plant. I love it when you come from afar and start to notice, for example, when you're in a vehicle and drive over it, you can sense a unique aroma. Now, when you have it so close and suddenly you have to cut or remove it and the aroma is very close to you, it's already too intense, it's very strong, and it becomes, I don't know if it's pleasant, but it's very intense. That's why it's excellent to use it in garden fences, because it's an insecticide, it keeps insects away, and it also has medicinal uses. The information provided in this video is for informational and educational purposes only and should not be considered a substitute for professional medical advice. It has antimicrobial, antiparasitic, digestive, diuretic, antispasmodic, and insecticidal properties. One of its most valued virtues is that it is antiparasitic and helps fight intestinal parasites. It is recommended to drink an infusion on an empty stomach for 3 days in the morning, and on the 4th day, take a purge. Purgative plants can be, for example, paico, aguaribae, and purslane. In the preparation of infusions, you can use either the dried plant or the fresh living plant.
To make a single infusion, we are going to heat water, and before it boils, we pour it into the cup. We are going to add the aerial parts of the plant. It can be 1 or 2 sprigs with flowers. We add the hot water. It should be between 85 and 90 degrees. We cover it and let it steep for 10 minutes, then strain it. And we drink it. These infusions will help us regulate intestinal functions, also with the expulsion of gas, and for this reason they soothe stomach pain.
The proportion will be whatever your palate can tolerate. Each person will have their own dose, depending on their tolerance to the plant and its taste. It can be used in cases of heartburn, gastritis, and to prevent the formation of gas. It helps to cleanse and restore the functions of the intestine and promotes the elimination of harmful intestinal fungi and bacteria. Generally, what is usually used is a sprig with a flower per cup of water. Also, for example, fresh leaves in mate or chewed help fight bad breath for external use. It is used in cases of lice, hair loss, scabies, and in the treatment of sores and wounds. For these cases, a decoction of its aerial parts, including the small flowers, is used in a proportion of 30 grams per liter of water. I would like to tell you how to make a decoction properly.
Decoction is the process of cooking the plant in boiling water. In this case, we are going to use 30 grams of the aerial parts of the plant. We weigh it and then cut it into pieces so it fits better in the pot where we are going to cook it. Then, decoctions are cooked for between 5 and 15 minutes. In this case, we are going to do it for 10 minutes because we are using the soft parts of the plant. After that time, turn it off and let it rest with a lid on top for another 10 minutes. Once that time has passed, strain it. In this case, for example, we are preparing it so that we can use it for lice, and it also helps with scabies and keeps fleas and ticks away from animals. In this case, we let it cool down and then we can apply it, for example, with a cloth, and we moisten the area.
It has many more properties. So anyway, I will leave everything written in the description for those who are interested in learning more in detail.
If we don't want to produce Suico and dry it ourselves, or we don't have time, we can also get it at health food stores or natural shops. In this presentation, for example, in a bag, because as you can see on its label, it is used as a lice treatment for external use and for internal use. Its decoction is effective for intestinal parasites, pulmonary catarrh, and menstrual problems. In infusions. As we mentioned earlier, it also works for parasites to eliminate them in a gentler way. It is also useful for diarrhea, intoxications, gas, and is a good stimulant for urinary secretion. In the case of using it as a mother tincture, as we see in the second image, it has the same benefits we mentioned earlier, only the way you take it changes in the mother tincture presentation. We are going to take 1 drop per kilogram of body weight divided into 2 doses during the day. We also see in the third image that it can be purchased as a liquid extract. The difference, for example, is that mother tinctures are alcoholic extracts of plant origin. On the other hand, an extract can be diluted in alcohol or not. For example, can it be diluted in alcohol with water? The benefits are always the ones we've been talking about.
It lives in South America and is more from temperate climates, but for example here in Cordoba, where we are in this area, the climates are quite extreme. It grows in an incredible perfect way. I mean, it can withstand very strong heat, and also in winter with the frost it dies. But since its seeds reproduce so quickly, it grows back in an impressive way. And they're everywhere. In Argentina, you can find them from Mendoza to Buenos Aires, all over central Argentina, up to Misiones and Jujuy. It's a plant that generally grows in all types of soil, but it prefers fertile soil. And that's why when we see it in a field, we can guess that the soil there is good, it's fertile, it's good for planting. That's it for this video. I also invite you to visit us on Facebook and Instagram if you'd like. If the video was helpful to you, give it a thumbs up and also share it with anyone who might be interested in this information. I'll also leave the biography I used in the video description. That's all for today. Sending you a big kiss, a warm hug, and see you next time.